Hello guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to enhance hip. Some people call it hip padding. So for this tutorial we're going to be needing hairstay, a marker, a scissors and a tape, then your 1-inch foam. So without wasting much time, let's dive into this video. First I'm going to fold it like this. I'm cutting the front first and I'm using a measurement of 13 inches. It's important to note that this measurement might differ from person to person. Like a bigger person or a taller person might get up to like 14 inches or so, and a slimmer person will get like 12 inches. So I'm going to mark the line, then at the center of that 13 inches I'm going to come in by 5 inches. Then I'll just make a freehand curve to join the 2 points where the 13 inches started and where it stopped. I'm going to quickly apologize because I didn't place my camera well. It's when I was done that I noticed it. So at each edge I'm going to come in by 1 inch. I'll do that for the upper part and for the lower part. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place my tape at the edge where I marked off 1 inch. Get the center of the 13 inches, which is 6.5, and mark it like so. Then all I need to do is to join this 1 inch to this point and do the same for the down. I do kindly apologize for the part that is cut off in this video, but I promise you guys you are not missing anything that is much. So because this is the front part, I'll just label it F, so it will be easier for us to identify, even though that the shape is going to be different from the back, but just label it F. Then you go ahead and cut it off. While cutting, I'll suggest you cut this one like one after the other, because when you try to cut the two forms together it's going to be hard to go through. But if your scissors can do that, good and fine. Or maybe if you're using 1/2 inch foam, probably you don't want the person's hip enhancement to be much noticeable. If you're using 1/2 inch foam, you can just cut the two of them together. I'm just trying to make sure that this line is straight, so I'm just straightening off those excess. So guys, this is what it looks like when we are done trimming it. So I'll just go ahead and label this F on both sides so I will not forget. So this is our front hip, so I'll go ahead and do the back now. For the back, you're just going to fold it like so. This time we are going to do a big folding. Now listen, for this back it depends on the hip measurement, but most times you come in by 9 inches, but the first measurement you are doing is still the same 13 inches that we did for the front, but the only difference is the parts that we measured 5 inches, like where we came in by 5 inches. Here you are going to divide the hip of the person by 4, minus 1 inch from this measurement, and then mark. In my case it's actually 10 inches, so I'll minus 1 inch from it, making it 9 inches. Guys, let me explain something here. This is actually a very simple thing, but if anything confuses you, you can ask me in the comment section. I will always be there to answer your question. Alright, so this 40 inches I'm using is the measurement I want the hip to be. The person's actual hip is 36 inches. So for this hip padding, what you are dividing is the hip you want the person's hip to be, the measurement you want the person's hip to be. So as I've marked it like so, I'll just go ahead and connect the dots with a freehand curve, just like I'm doing right now. So just like I did for the front, I'm going to come in by 1 inch at the top and also at the bottom, then connect the dots just like I did at the front. I'm gonna label the back B and go ahead and cut. So this is what the back looks like. I'll just trim off this excess so that my line will be straight. So when I open it, I notice I didn't cut it very well. So I'll just go ahead and label this B. That is back, just like I labeled the front F. The next thing I'm going to do is to trim off the excess, like at the curved edge. I'm just going to try to bring down that one side of it. Just watch what I'm doing, like be cutting it off and make so that this will help to smoothen the edge, so it won't show line where the foam stops and where the person's body starts. Notice that I'm just doing this for one side, like at one facing of the foam. So I'm done with this one. I'll just place it opposite each other like this, and I'll do the same for this one. So once I'm done with the back, I'm going to repeat the same process for the front. So I'm done with both the front and the back. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take these two pressing iron, get this hairstay and place it on it. You'll see what I'm going to do. As you open this hairstay, you'll notice that one side has gum on it, like it's not smooth, and the other side is smooth. On the part that is not smooth, you place your foam and cover it like so. Then grab your iron and place on it. Please, while placing your hairstay, make sure you have around 1 inch round the foam. Like there is a space of 1 inch for this hairstay round the foam. This will enable us to see a place that will sew on when we'll be attaching it to our outfit. So as I'm cutting it out, I'm leaving that 1 inch space round it. At this point, you can press those flattened area. You can use pressing iron to make it smoother. So this is one side of the back, it's ready. I'll just go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other side, then the front. So I'm done with the ironing now. I'll just go ahead and place my labeling again so I'll be able to see it very well while joining it to the fabric. So now I'll take this to the sewing machine and sew this side very close to each other. Make sure the parts that we trimmed off, that we flattened, will be facing each other, just like I'll place it like this now. The flattened parts facing each other. Then from the edge, make sure that they are equal. Then place it on your sewing machine and sew it very close to each other, like very close to each other. So this is what it's going to look like when we are done. Like it's very close to each other, and you'll notice the curve that it has, like, so it will lap very well to your body. So I'll just go ahead and do the same thing for the other one. Please be careful to place it very well. The sides that we trimmed off will be facing each other. You are joining front and back. Please take note so you will not make mistake. So we're done with this one also. This is what it looks like. See how close my own is. Like you can literally notice that there are two different forms. So this is what it's supposed to be. So by the time you place it on your hip, this is what it's going to look like. So guys, if you want to know how to attach this to your outfits directly, click on this video on your screen to take you to the link. Subscribe to my channel and like this video. Share it to your friends. Thanks for watching. Bye.